Welcome to this explainer. Listen, if you're tuning in right now, there's a really good chance you're in the middle of an intense, emotional whirlwind. You're probably looking for a lifeline. Today, we're diving into a deeply raw and real topic, surviving infidelity and the path to finding yourself again. I know you might be feeling a very raw, overwhelming pain right this second, but my absolute goal today is to gently guide you through this journey. We're going to find some clarity, some comfort, and most importantly, we're going to help you find you again. That night changed everything. It's the ultimate breaking point, isn't it? The sudden, devastating nature of discovering a betrayal, it just instantly shatters years of trust. It violently splits your life's timeline into a very distinct before and after. I mean, in just a fraction of a second, the absolute certainty and safety you thought you had, it's just shattered into pieces.
And the crazy thing is, this personal apocalypse doesn't always arrive with a loud crash or some massive argument. Sometimes it wasn't a scream. It was just a simple notification. Think about that immense physical shock for a second. The moment your hands start trembling uncontrollably, your heart is pounding wildly against your chest, and your stomach literally drops into an endless void as you're staring at a cold reality that never, ever should have appeared before your eyes.
And almost immediately, your mind just enters this painful, endless loop, right? Why? It is the single question that completely destroys your emotional security and just tears your self-esteem apart. Suddenly, the entire version of reality you thought you knew inside and out, it just no longer makes any sense. You start to question absolutely everything, replaying memories over and over, trying desperately to find a missing puzzle piece that might explain the betrayal.
Then comes the crushing silence. It's such a heartbreaking contrast. You end up walking around like a ghost for days, searching for signs you might have missed, unfairly blaming yourself. And meanwhile, you watch the rest of the world just keep moving forward. The world keeps turning. People are going to work, grabbing coffee, while you feel like everything inside of you has completely and totally stopped.
So this brings us to phase 1. Allow yourself to feel the pain.
Surviving this kind of trauma means rebuilding, and the absolute crucial first step here is validation. Do not hide it. Please don't fake being okay just to impress anyone around you. Cry. Letting the tears fall and feeling that deep sadness absolutely does not make you weak. It makes you human. You see, ignored pain doesn't just magically disappear into thin air. It accumulates. Bottling up this level of profound anguish, that only ensures the weight gets heavier and much, much more toxic over time.
Eventually, that sadness is going to give way to anger. This is the phase where you want to demand answers. You're seeking endless explanations. Since when? Why them? Was it all a lie? But there's a very harsh truth we have to accept here. Some questions will never have an answer capable of healing the heart. No explanation is ever going to undo the betrayal itself. Obsessively searching for the exact why will literally only trap you and prolong your suffering.
Moving on to phase 2. The betrayal does not define you.
Now, this is perhaps the most difficult, but also the absolutely most vital pivot in your process. We have to dismantle that toxic internal narrative. It's time to step back, stop obsessing over the person who betrayed you, and start gently turning that focus back to where it actually belongs, on yourself. You might feel a profound sense of inadequacy, telling yourself, I wasn't enough to keep them. But the actual reality is completely different. Infidelity almost always stems from the internal emotional voids, the immaturity, or the fragile ego of the person who betrays. Seriously, a person can betray even someone incredibly amazing.
I need you to let this sink deep into your mind right now. Betrayal does not define your worth. Just because someone lacked the emotional capacity and maturity to care for you properly absolutely does not mean you do not deserve love. Hearing, repeating, and truly accepting this fact can be an absolute lifesaver right now.
Which leads us to phase 3, rebuilding yourself.
Gradually, as you start to arm yourself with that new perspective, you shift into a transformative stage. You're facing a major crossroads right now. You cannot control what was done to you. You couldn't stop it. But you have the ultimate, undeniable power to decide how you respond to the wound. You can choose to let it destroy you and spend your life living in bitterness, or you can choose to rebuild yourself and use this terrible experience to grow stronger. It's a strange, sometimes uncomfortable, but deeply beautiful process of recovering those tiny parts of your life you abandoned. Like finally laughing again, or listening to your favorite music without feeling a giant lump in your throat.
There are such powerful life lessons that come from choosing that path of growth. People who survive a betrayal often discover a well of strength they never even knew they possessed. They learn to set firm, uncompromising boundaries. They learn to truly value themselves and stop accepting emotional crumbs from partners. And most importantly, they learn to consciously choose their own peace over dependency on anyone else.
Let's look at Phase 4, Daily Tips to Heal.
I know reaching that incredible level of strength takes time, and the right now can feel overwhelmingly dark and chaotic. So, we've got to take care of your fundamental engine, your body and your mind. These 3 daily survival steps, they are absolutely non-negotiable. Step 1, eat, even if you have zero appetite. Your physical body needs fuel to process the immense shock you're under. Step 2, sleep, or at least rest your body, even if it feels impossible to close your eyes. And step 3, talk to someone. Please, do not isolate yourself in a dark room.
And please, keep this advice strongly in mind. Do not make impulsive decisions right now. In the intense heat of sharp pain and mass confusion, it is just not the time to make major life choices. Protect yourself. And above all else, do not allow someone else's horrible betrayal to destroy the most important relationship you have in this entire world, and that's the relationship you have with yourself.
And finally, Phase 5. Forgiveness is your freedom.
Eventually, a really deep fear of trusting anyone again is going to surface because betrayal leaves deep, invisible scars. But having those scars doesn't mean you're condemned to suffer forever. They are simply proof that you survived. Now, this requires us to redefine a very heavy word: forgiveness. It does not mean returning to the person, and it absolutely does not mean justifying what they did. Forgiveness is simply a crucial tool for your own personal liberation. It means letting go of the weight so it stops destroying you inside. It's unchaining yourself from the hatred. You deserve that freedom.
If your entire world crashed down this week, if you're enduring sleepless nights full of severe anxiety with a completely broken heart, I want to reassure you right now with absolute certainty, this won't be forever. The anxiety will pass. You are going to genuinely smile again, you will learn to trust again, and you're going to feel an authentic excitement for life once more. I promise you.
This brings us to our final empowering thought. Facing infidelity isn't ultimately about losing someone else. It's about finding yourself. Someday, I promise you, you will look back, not to remember how badly you were broken, but to realize how incredibly strong you became because you survived it. So as you look at the broken pieces of your life today, the most important question isn't why did they do this? The real question is, what beautiful, resilient thing are you going to build out of these pieces next?